What if the place you keep dreaming about is real? And the only reason you've never been there is because your mind doesn't want you to remember why. Every night, the dream starts the same way. You're standing on a narrow street just before sunrise. The sky is pale blue, almost colorless, like it hasn't fully decided to exist yet. The air smells like wet concrete and something metallic. There's a flickering street lamp to your left. 3-story brick buildings on both sides. A crooked fire escape. A red door at the end of the street. You know this place? Not in the vague way dreams feel familiar. You know it the way you know your own bedroom in the dark. You know where the cracks are in the sidewalk. You know which window on the second floor is always open. You know the sound your footsteps make when you walk toward that red door. And every night, just before you reach it, you wake up at first. You tell yourself it's just a recurring dream. Everyone has those. The mind looping something unfinished. Stress maybe. Overwork. Too much screen time before bed. But then the details start changing. One night, there's a new flyer taped to a lamppost. Another night, the paint on the red door is chipped in a way you've never seen before. Once you notice fresh graffiti on the brick wall, 3 letters carved deep, like someone wanted them to last. They feel recent. You start thinking about the place during the day, at work, while answering emails. The image of the street slips into your thoughts like an unwanted memory. While driving home, you catch yourself watching side roads, wondering if you'll accidentally turn down one. That leads there. Have you ever felt homesick for a place you've never been? One evening, curiosity wins. You sit at your laptop and open a map app. You don't know why, but your fingers move with confidence. You type in a city, then another. You zoom in, scroll, rotate the view, and then you see it. The street, same narrow layout, same fire escape, same dead-end shape. Even the red door is visible in street view, blurred but unmistakable. Your stomach tightens. This place exists. Your heart starts beating faster, not with excitement, but with a quiet, creeping fear. Because knowing a place exists is one thing. Knowing it exists exactly as you've been dreaming it, it's something else. You tell yourself it's coincidence. Cities repeat patterns, brick buildings, fire escapes. Red doors aren't rare, but that night, when you dream again, something's different. You're aware. Not fully lucid, but aware enough to know you're dreaming. The air feels heavier. The street lamp buzzes louder. When you walk, your footsteps echo longer than they should. As you approach the red door, you hesitate. Why do you always stop here? You reach out. Your hand touches the door, and for the first time, it opens. Inside is a stairwell, narrow, dim. The walls are painted in off-white that has yellowed with age. There are numbers on the doors. You don't remember how you know this, but you do. This is where it happened. What happened? You climb the stairs. 2nd floor. 3rd, the numbers on the doors feel wrong, like they're out of order. 3A to C, 4B. Your head starts to ache. You stop in front of one door. There's a nameplate. Your name. You wake up gasping for air. Art. Racing, sheets tangled around your legs. The next morning, the feeling doesn't fade. At work, you can't focus. Every sound feels too sharp. Every face feels slightly unfamiliar, like you're seeing people through the wrong prescription lenses. Start asking yourself questions you've never asked before. Why don't I remember my childhood clearly? Why do certain smells make me anxious for no reason? Why does the idea of that apartment feel more real than my own home? What would you do if your dreams felt more honest than your memories? 2 days later, you take time off work. You tell no one. Where you're going, the city is louder than you expected. Traffic, sirens, voices overlapping. As you get closer to the street, your body reacts before your mind does. Your palms sweat. Your breathing becomes shallow. You turn the corner. There it is, the street. Exactly as in your dreams. The street lamp. The fire escape. The red door. Except now, standing there in daylight, something feels wrong. The place feels expectant. It recognizes you. You walk slowly, each step heavy. The air smells the same. Wet concrete. Metal, You stand in front of the red door. Up close, you see the chipped paint you noticed in the dream. It's the same pattern. You hesitate. What are you hoping to find? Answers, proof, or something you're afraid to remember. You push the door open. The stairwell smells like dust and old paper. The walls are the same yellowed white. The numbers are still wrong. You climb second floor. Third, your heart pounds. So hard you can hear it in your ears. You stop in front of the door with your name. Your hand trembles as you reach for the knob. The door is unlocked inside. The apartment is empty. No furniture. No decorations. Just bare floors and white walls, but it doesn't feel abandoned. It feels paused. On the floor near the window, there's a box. A cardboard box worn and taped shut. You kneel and open it. Inside are photographs, dozens of them, you at different ages, sitting on that same street as a child, standing in front of the red door as a teenager, smiling in the apartment, arm around someone whose face has been scratched out. Your throat tightens. You don't remember any of this. At the bottom of the box, there's a notebook, your handwriting. The first page reads, "If you're reading this, it means it didn't work. Or it worked too well." Your head starts to spin. You flip through the pages. Entries about panic attacks, about memory gaps, about therapy sessions you don't remember attending, about a decision you made. "Ask them to help me forget," one entry says. "Not everything, just enough to survive." You feel sick? Forget what? You turn to the last page. There's a version of you that stayed here, that couldn't leave. This is the compromise. Your phone vibrates in your pocket, making you flinch. Unknown number? You answer. A calm voice speaks, familiar but distant. "I was wondering when you'd come back." "Who is this?" you ask, though part of you already knows. "I'm the one who stayed," the voice says. "The one who remembers everything." Your mouth feels dry. It's not possible. "You think identity is a single thing?" the voice asks gently. "Or is it just the story you tell yourself with the parts you can handle?" Look around the empty apartment. "Why can't I remember?" "Because you asked not to," the voice replies. "You broke yourself in half. One to live, one to hold the truth." Your chest tightens. There's a pause. "You hurt someone," the voice says quietly, not with violence, with a choice. A choice you couldn't accept. Your mind races, searching for something solid, something familiar. "Why am I dreaming this place every night?" "Because I'm getting tired," the voice says. And you're getting closer. Silence fills the apartment. The line goes dead. You sit on the floor. It's back against the wall, shaking. If part of you has been here all along, then who are you really? The one who forgot, or the one who remembers? That night, you don't go home. You fall asleep in the apartment, against your better judgment. The dream comes instantly. But this time, you're not alone. Someone stands at the other end of the street. Same height, same posture, same face. They look at you with something like sadness. "You can't keep doing this," they say. "We can't both exist forever." You already know the answer scares you too much when you wake up. Adore you leave the building as the sun rises. Back on the street, everything looks normal, ordinary, forgettable. And yet, as you walk away, you feel lighter, emptier. That night, you don't dream of the street. Days pass. Then weeks. But sometimes when you catch your reflection in a dark window, you hesitate. Because for just a second, it feels like someone else is looking back. Someone who remembers everything you chose to forget. And you can't help but wonder, what did it cost the part of you that stayed behind? And if memory defines who you are, what if the place you keep dreaming about is real? And the only reason you've never been there is because